World War II, spanning 1939 to 1945, thrust millions of soldiers into a conflict that reshaped the globe. From the frozen steppes of Russia to the jungles of the Pacific, the deserts of North Africa to the hills of Italy, their lives were a tapestry of hardship, bravery, and fleeting humanity amid unprecedented destruction. Over 70 million people died, and for the soldiers, Allied and Axis alike, the war was a daily grind of survival. In Europe, the war began with Germany's blitzkrieg tearing through Poland. Young Wehrmacht troops, fueled by propaganda, rode tanks and trucks, believing in quick victory. By 1941, they faced the Soviet winter, temperatures plunging to -40 degrees Fahrenheit, frostbite claiming fingers, and the Red Army's counterattacks shattering illusions. Soviet soldiers, often poorly equipped, fought with desperate tenacity, their lives cheap to commanders who sent waves against German lines. Rations were thin, a chunk of black bread, maybe watery soup, while frost and lice tormented them. Across the Channel, British Tommies held the line after Dunkirk's evacuation in 1940, enduring the Blitz's terror from above. By 1944, they joined Americans and Canadians storming Normandy's beaches. D-Day GIs waded through bloody surf, dodging MG-42 fire, their packs, 60 pounds of gear, soaked and heavy. Once inland, they slept in hedgerows, ate K rations, Spam or cheese, and wrote letters home by lantern light, praying the mail would outrun their luck. In the Pacific, U.S. Marines and Japanese troops clashed on islands like Guadalcanal and Iwo Jima. Jungle heat bred malaria. Soldiers swallowed quinine pills, their uniforms rotting off. Japanese banzai charges met American flamethrowers, and both sides dug into volcanic ash or coral, living on rice or canned hash. Water was scarce. Men drank from canteens or puddles, risking dysentery. The enemy was relentless, but so were the elements. Daily life was a mix of terror and tedium. Soldiers cleaned rifles, dug foxholes, and stood watch, ears straining for the whine of shells or planes. Combat was brief but savage, hours of waiting shattered by minutes of chaos. Wounds were common. Medics with morphine and sulfa powder were godsends, though gangrene or infection often followed. Shell shock left men trembling, staring blankly while comrades pressed on. Camaraderie was a lifeline. Brits brewed tea in helmets, Yanks swapped cigarettes, Lucky Strikes or Chesterfields, and Soviets shared vodka when they had it. Songs, jokes, and photos of sweethearts kept spirits alive.